I'm doing the intro. The beach, 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 and the beach. Try getting out of this one. All this and more on whatever the fuck we're called. Shit.
Do, 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 do. The part I'm the worst at, I did.
Hey there, ho bag. What's
Did you just
up?
call me did you just ho bag me? What just happened?
Hey, he, hi, ho.
Bag.
Snow White. What's up, Melissa?
I feel like, hi, Amy, how are you?
No, I want to jump.
Ooh.
I want to jump right in. I can tell there's a feeling coming. That's what I want.
I feel like if I were to sit and complain about a beach house that I am building,
Then it would be great pod.
no one would relate, and everyone would think, fuck her. Fuck her. I have to walk 6 dogs, pick up 6 dogs worth of shit, and here she is saying, my husband's rain shower head came out of the wall and not the ceiling. He must be devastated.
Why? Did they put it in
He
the wrong
really
place?
is kind of unhappy about it. But
That's like shooting straight into your face. What kind of idiot put that in the wrong place?
correct. And that was what we thought. But we have a mortgage lock that expires. And if we've already paid to extend it twice, you can't extend past where we did.
Yeah, that's
So
really
we want to target our, I don't want to say criticisms, but our issues to be very specific to things that need to be done before closing, and then have a list for after. Everybody has a list for after. How long did it take for you to get your punch list items addressed after you built your house?
I would say months with an S, if I recall. It's been 8 years now, 7-8 years. I'd have to look at the calendar. It was a month. It was something with the word month in it. It was not weeks. It was the word month in it. And that is because, in a similar manner, we didn't extend anything. They just, wink, allowed us to move in. We built a house from the earth. We didn't expect to be doing it. And the way it worked out is we sold our house in 4 days. Didn't expect to do that. We were going to do like a little back and forth dance. So we ended up in an apartment for 6 months, 8 months, something like this.
The 5 of you.
Yes. And I, of course, had all these mindset issues about money. So I decided to get us an apartment that was too small for us because I'm super smart. And then I put some other things in storage and all the rest of it. So when all of those dates were coming due and they were sort of kind of almost done, but hadn't really had everything inspected, they just said, well, we've had to turn all the stuff on for the inspections anyway. So we'll just, keep it real clean and try not to get noticed. They let us move in. They let us move in on, or they gave us.
Had a
no,
CO,
wrong. We got the CO as a certificate of occupancy, and I think if I recall, what they did was grant us a CO prior to it being possible to use. So I think as a courtesy to us, our builder gave us a wink CO so that we could move everything along, but we didn't move in for a month later. That's what happened. They fudged the CO date so that we were able to have all the paperwork begin. Because you can get a certificate of occupancy and then all the paperwork kicks in, and that takes days and days and days, and those become weeks and weeks and weeks. So it's not like we were going to be moving in, but it was definitely, I think you're going to win this marathon, so I'm going to give you the medal now. Run real fast. I mean, it was one of those things.
Go.
Fuck! And it all worked out in the end, so to speak, because I live here. But tell me about your beach house.
The electrical, the plumbing not coming from where it's supposed to for Stuart's shower head, whatever. Like every single subcontractor has something on our punch list. Now, you cracked a hole in our tile to put that water fixture to come out of it. So
they sure did.
So like, I feel like at the end of this, you
get new tile.
Well, I feel like we are in over our heads. Remember on the Facts of Life, they named their store In Over Our Heads?
I was, thinking of another television reference, and it was going to the money pit, but I'm not going to do that to you as you mop the sweat from your brow with the paper cloth as we talk. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I feel like if we're in over our heads, we should use phrases like, all right, we didn't get the shower head we wanted. Can we get a credit for that? Like I'm going to wrap my arms and legs around the phrase, can I get a credit for that?
I was offered so many credits. I live here. I'm not taking a credit. You're not gonna put in the wrong wood floor, which is what they did. They put in and wrong in the sense of it was the wrong width wood boards. Wrong width wood boards. Golly, that's trickier than you think. So
wrong with wood boards.
So they softened the blow by saying, guys, we wanted to let you know that while you were away burying your father, we want to tell you that it appears that the wrong wood was shipped and somehow we missed it. And they put in 2-inch instead of 4-inch or whatever it was supposed to be, right?
Nice wide planks. Not today.
Yeah, kind of skimpy little bullshit. Yeah, no. Okay, so they put them in. The other thing that they did, so that's a mistake. But the other thing that they did
was they correct it?
They put hardwood in the entire first floor, even in rooms, the master bedroom that you had said you wanted carpet. So now you have hardwood in your master bedroom, which my husband wanted anyway, which I did not want.
Yeah, it's an upgrade, by the way.
It's an upgrade. So they're like, so we want to make this right, but we want to let you know that will stay. So you're getting an upgrade already, but tell us how we can make this right. And I said, you can rip out the floor and put in the floor I wanted because I'm going to live here. And I'm sorry, I don't want to walk around. There's no thousands of dollars, that's going to solve this for me. Otherwise, I'm going to live in a house where I look down and I think, that's the wrong floor. I gave in on the floor.
Every day.
I kind of don't hate this. How many years is it going to take? So, and honestly, as I stood there, fresh from the funeral, and the wood guys were in the home while we were standing, because everybody sort of noticed at the exact same time. The wood guys looked at me and said, okay, we're going to stop work before you even just call the guy. We're going to stop work regardless, because I didn't even know what to tell him,
Right.
And the wood guy said, he's hired by the builder. The wood guy said, get the floor you want. Just get the floor you want. Just do it. And out he walked. So he said something against what was going to benefit him.
Right.
Truthfully.
He's going to have to rip up what's
and
down.
Eat it. Like they're going to have to, he doesn't get paid double. Like the whole thing doesn't work that way. So in any event, and there were a couple of other things. There was an issue with some concrete outside, and the guy showed up with the concrete truck and said,
spinning there in your driveway.
Spinning before I lower this chute. This is the last chance. Can I offer you, I don't know, $15,000 or something like this? I mean, there's a giant crack in some. It's like, no, a brand new house with a giant crack. Get your sledgehammers. Sorry, clowns. So I'm
Get rid of it. Start over.
Right. This is not paint. This is something that you either need to decide. So the shower and the tile, that's a do-over, pal. Sorry.
But we need to close by the end of the week.
You can close without
right?
a shower. That's regardless. You can close without a shower. You can't close without an electrical sign-off. You can close with a plumbing sign-off with a punch list that says they're going to come back and fix it. You're going to get inspected for, does this plumbing function?
So
yes, it functions like
money?
an idiot because it shoots
water. Do you hold money back? Well, it shoots at your face. Why do I need two range? Like I have a handheld because Mama likes her handheld.
I know it.
But and he likes the rain. Did they think we were having several people in the shower?
Well, I really love a several people shower. Let's just start right there. How many
jets can you give me?
You know what? Why don't you just have them leave it where it is and add the rain over top? Now we're talking. Then you don't have to involve tile, and you can still get sex in the shower.
We have an outdoor shower as well because you're at the beach. You're coming back and you want to hose off, and there's no top on it.
Right.
There's no cover, so you can't naked shower.
Well, I mean, it's probably like one of those outhouse showers where you sort of, your eyes, look, you're at the army. Your eyes can look around. They can see shoulders and stuff. But then,
What about the tall house next to you that's looking right into your shower?
Well, give them a show. What do you care? It's like that hot tub from a couple times ago. You want a top on it? Then you're not outside.
I want like a trellisy thing over the top, like just a whole, I don't know. I don't know what I fucking want. I want to close on this house.
You want a hole? Okay.
So we drove down yesterday. So many things need to happen in 1 week. And dear listener, we have cameras there now, just on the outside. Don't be crazy. We have the Wi-Fi set up. We have all of the technical stuff for the house. We know when there are people working there, and there are not. It is making my husband crazy as he sits watching his phone.
Well,
where's everybody?
I am biting every inch of my tongue.
So we went down and they delivered a table to us that we're not putting together because I don't want them to damage it and I don't want whatever's going on there. I am panicked about the rate we're going to have or keep or whatever. I'm obviously going to cut all of this out because it's embarrassing to me. But I will tell you that we are hoping, we have a list, and I don't know how it works, like keeping money in escrow from giving them everything until everything's done. And I need to check out, and my eyes glaze over. And I said, can we get a slice of pizza? Because what I do know is I didn't eat, and I had a nervous stomach, and I wasn't feeling great, but pizza and loaded fries right at the corner walk to pizza place from our house really made me happy.
Speaking as I often do on behalf of the entire Italian culture, I just want to say you're welcome. We're here for you. Pizza solves everything.
Oh my God. And it's 3 houses away from me.
Yeah, that's the only reason I would have bought that house. I mean, the beach is nice. That's the main reason
I did. There's a barbecue, dim sum, pizza place, and the pizza was banging. It's got that crispy crust. So good.
Going. I am super
Amy?
down. I'm super down. Let's hit it.
Would you like to walk through and create a punch list for our builder?
Oh, that's easy. That's actually fun.
I don't think so.
Doing that stuff. I want to circle all the way back to the beginning. You made a joke
Hi,
before.
Amy.
You made a joke before about, I'm going to cut all of this out, and I don't trust you. So I'm presuming you cut probably the last half an hour out of this thing.
Correct.
I will just simply quickly say, I gave an example of some things that were done wrong in the once and only ever house that we built, and they were things that I put my foot down and said, you will fix up, right? You will fix. I was the king and I. You fix up. You fix up. Yeah.
And Yoda.
Yes, that's it.
And
You fix. You fix. Not me. You fix. So
shower you fix,
that
please.
is vastly different from the occasional house that you will be staying in for funsies. If someone wants to give you a credit that is healthy, because don't forget, credits work in this way. It's a value add. It's not an exact replacement for. When they make a mistake, if they want to pay to fix their mistake, that's good. And now they need to pay to fix the fact that there was a mistake and the inconvenience and delay it caused.
Or getting shot in the face with water.
My point to you is, don't just come at me with, we're going to make it right and it'll cost you nothing. Great. And the upgrade I will receive is...
Oh,
right?
shit. And more?
Think about it that way, depending on the scope and scale. If it was, then you also look at the industry. If it was a mistake that's fairly commonplace, you could see how they got there. It's nothing nefarious or weird. It doesn't really affect the value. It's going to cost you nothing to get it repaired. And there was really no sizable delay to you that cost you money.
Yeah.
Then shut up, take it, and be glad that, because sometimes they'll say, we made a mistake. That's what you get. Sorry. Right.
So, like you got extra hardwood in your room because they didn't know, and thank you very much.
You could say, put it in landscaping. We planted the wrong tree. It's actually a nicer tree than the one that you ordered. Do you want to rip this nice tree out of the ground and kill it and put another one in? What do you think? What sounds good to you? Shall we just give you this? Yeah.
It's all in your phraseology. I love it.
Would you like to
kill
become
this
a
beautiful, more expensive tree?
And that actually happened. That actually happened for us. So anyway,
we're looking at another week is really what I'm saying. We're looking at another solid week and a half. And then, we have friends driving down from Maine to visit family. And the time is kind of just off. Like we'll probably close just after they leave. But I mean, we have beds. It's a kind of a lot. And if it were in the same town and I could check on it, we never would have had a bad shower head. We never would have. But it's 2 hours away. So to get there and to look and check everything they're doing, it's not possible. I mean, it is for me, but I'd have to take 3 dogs. It's not really possible. There are 2 houses being built at the same time, and the one next to us is a woman who is on them. Like, this isn't how I wanted my tile laid. Take it out and do it again.
Right.
Just saying, nope, that's not what she had a vision. You did not do what I asked. Fix this. Pull out all the tile in this bathroom and the one across the hall. And I got the wrong countertop. And I said, all right, well, I'm not going to ask you to lift all of these 100 million pounds of quartz all the way back to your whatever. And how long do I have to wait for the one I asked for? All right, well, I guess I'm going to change my tile to go with this. I am rolling with the punches is what I'm saying.
I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. What color was the wrong countertop?
It's just different. They're white countertops with some gray veining, but this one is like wide and looks like you're looking in a microscope. And I like the fine lines, and it doesn't matter anymore because I let it go. And my point is, I'm trying to roll with the punches, but there are certain things. How many times are you going to get hit before you're like, and I'm done getting punched? Like,
no, well, that's what you do. Truthfully, the punch list. I think we have the name of this show.
Yes.
Here's what you should do. You got to just accept that all of the stress is coming to a head in the next 2 weeks, and understand that you're going to have a very stressful 2 weeks. Dive into that and be okay with it, and stop worrying about how can I lessen the stress, and accept I'm in a stressful situation. So that's also happening while I am making this punch list. The next thing I would tell you to do is make a separate list of all the concessions you have already made, so that when you have the punch list and you look at all the things that remain to be done, you can talk to your builder, contractor, foreman, investor,
Right.
whoever the money bags person is, and you can say, okay, here's where we are. Here's what remains. Here's what I've already done for you. Now we're going to talk about what you're going to do for me. And that's when you can do things like say, I really want a stupid trellis on top of my outdoor thing that my friend tells me I don't want. You're going to put that in for free, and you're going to do that on this day with these materials. And you're going to bake me a cake and rub my feet and all the things that you're going to do. I mean, it's time
I'm
to
not
negotiate.
that girl. I understand what you're saying, and that would be great if
girl.
I'm not that girl. I'm not going to say, what are you going to do? I don't live a life like that. I like these guys who are doing this.
It has nothing to do with it. They like you too.
I know it has nothing to do with it. The investor came by and he's like, I really like your finishes. And I'm like, I wish we were finished. What are you talking about? My wife came in here and saw the pulls you put on the kitchen and demanded that I go out. Now I have to go find them. And
yeah,
I'm like,
you know what you're doing. You're
I'm
fucking
like, well,
things
that's
up for other people
flattering,
just through your taste. I
but
love it. Yeah.
that's flattering, but could you just get me in the house so that I can deliver beds and more things and live here a little bit? I'm ready to make a house.
If you've got some you owe me credits and
Yeah.
you don't want to turn those into cash credits, turn them into favor credits.
I am more inclined, and I hate this about myself, dear listener, write this down. I am more inclined to helpless female my
Yep.
way through some things,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I don't respect at all about myself, than I am to squeaky wheel it and complain all the time. I would rather say...
They're not. Those aren't the two ends of the spectrum. But I hear you, and I applaud you.
I would rather say, do you think it's at all possible? I know this is crazy, but is there any way? Oh, of course, little lady. I'm 5'9".
Well, you're 5'9", and you weigh, what do you weigh? 82 pounds?
Sure.
I mean, come on. That's
No.
ridiculous. All of it hair. They're not going to, you know what I mean? And your hair is like will-o'-the-wisp. It's not
cute-
heavy.
I'm a cute
So I live in the South where I don't actually have to engage in any of that stuff. I just have to try. All I have to do is attempt.
Well,
to
because
pick
your theory is people love to help.
I have to attempt to pick something up. And if they're not actively staring at me at the time, I might make a little kind of a noise.
It's all
and
in
then
the...
magically 4 men in overalls appear and the job is done. So,
The
and I don't
delivery
mean
guy.
overalls, I mean Carhartt coveralls. You know,
Yeah, the
those
delivery
ones,
guy
the nice
yesterday was
big-
wearing those.
those little tan looking ones with the tabs
Yeah.
on them. And
Yeah, that's
they
what he
have
was wearing
those.
yesterday.
They
He's
have,
a
they have
kid.
a lot of those.
They're kids.
They are, and sometimes they have facial hair, which I hate, but I'm sort of
No,
kind of
I
getting
like
into
it.
it sometimes. No, it's gross.
Oh, I love
Super
facial hair.
gross.
I got mad when masks made it so that my husband couldn't grow his November 1st to April 1st beard, which he does for me every year. He's been out of it for at least 2 years now, and I'm thinking
Nice.
something's got to change.
Ugh.
So we come home and we throw ourselves on the couch, and we're like, I can't with this. I didn't realize that when you hit 50, it's a thing to drive somewhere for 2 hours. You can't sit down because there are no chairs, to walk around and then drive it. Like, driving is exhausting. When the
Thank
fuck
you.
did that happen?
I'm so close to starting a podcast that I'll never start called Maybe She's Born With It. Maybe it's menopause, because I absolutely
yes.
cannot figure out where my get up and go has raced away from me.
That could be a segment on this podcast, though, because
It's
I know men would
awful.
love to hear that especially for the men.
Well, I'm feeling like I need to get some kind of pass or something, because being old, nobody cares.
No,
you
they
know,
don't.
everybody gets old, and The healthy people are still like healthy when they're old, so fuck them. They sort of don't.
Parents are playing pickleball, and I'm like,
You are
have to
skewing
see
my
how
bell curve.
Right, I have to
don't
see how
want
my
you.
back is today before I can even commit to whatever the fuck your pickleball shit is.
That's right. If you're not making lifting from the knees noises just by rising from the couch, I don't even want you around me. We're the wrong people for you. That's it.
Come stay with me at either house.
Come stay with me. Thank you.
We flop down on our respective couches and we put on, whatever series. Because we have a couple series that we watch together, like Inventing Anna that we just finished.
Oh my gosh, I'm so deep, and I've powered through that fucker so hard. I loved it.
You know what's crazy? That Rachel character,
Yes.
Katie Lowe's.
She's the one who know her, right?
She's the one who's married to my former camper. And then Stuart was watching TikTok, and this guy, those people who go through a drive-through and make the day of the drive-through attendant by giving them a tip of like $1,000.
Wow, I need to get one of those jobs.
One of them said, "Do you have a dream?" She's like, "Yeah, I want to start a pretzel company." And he's like, "I know a famous guy who owns a pretzel company who'd like to invite you, and that's my camper." So the two of them were in our lives yesterday.
I'm sorry. Who is a pretzel magnate, and why has this not been the first thing that you have said to me when we met at college 39 years ago?
Because
I
only
need some
knew
pretzel stat. What the fuck?
This kid is an actor, and when COVID hit, he's from Philly, but he lives in LA now. And because they shut down a lot of sets and they weren't so much on the acting, being a Philly kid, he loves Philly pretzels, and he's obsessed with Philly pretzels. So out there in LA, he started baking pretzels until he completely perfected them. And then he borrowed some industrial kitchens, did pop-up shops. It's Shappy Pretzels. Don't you see the sweatshirt I wear? I have it in 2 colors everywhere to promote an LA business. It's stupid. But you can follow them. For people who are transplants to LA, it's really super welcomed and beloved out there.
If you don't like a South Philly pretzel, I'm going to kick you. Pick a place on your body. I'll kick you there, and I'll kick you on a bonus place because you should be kicked twice. My husband ordered 10 pretzels from Goldbelly, and he paid $70.
Holy fuck.
And we fought over those fucking pretzels. He couldn't even get a dozen. We fought over those fucking pretzels and savored them. And they weren't even that good. But we were so hard up for it. We were like drug addicts. We're just going, oh my God, give me the salt. It was so good. So good.
They are so fucking cheap. You could get 50 pretzels for like $4.50. And
That's not true.
That's a kid's part. You could get the rivets, the little ones.
Oh God.
We are swimming in.
Oh my God.
All right.
That's not fair. That's not fair. His name is Chappy Pretzels.
Shappy. It's Adam
Shap?
Shapiro. He's an actor who just moved to Shappy Pretzels. And so Stuart was watching TikTok, and this guy, I guess, got in touch with Shappy, and he did a little FaceTime to her and come and see my business. Now he has his own kitchen. They are doing fantastic. So super proud. And then I flopped down and we watched the end of Inventing Anna, and I'm like, look at that. Katie's here too. You guys are killing it. But we started watching, and we're getting to the end, the finale of The Real Dirty Dancing.
Oh, I haven't even... That's not come across my airwaves
Really?
as something. No, normally you say it, and I'm like, yeah, they recommended it, but then I didn't even know there was such a thing. Discuss.
Twitch, the dancer DJ Twitch. Mm-hmm. He and his wife Allison. I follow them on TikTok. They are fan-fucking-tastic.
Oh, okay.
He is hosting this. They went to Kellerman's in Virginia, and they're doing the whole thing. 2, 4, 6, 3 or 4 or 5 couples, and it's elimination. And I'm not going to tell you who's in, who's out, but it really brings back Dirty Dancing. It really brings back all of the...
Is it all period music and the clothing and all that business?
Yes. They have to reenact each of the dances from each of the big scenes.
Oh my gosh. It's not just a regular dance competition in the style of... It's almost like a who did it better
and whoever does it
yeah.
the poorest, the least... gets booted. And that's sad because these are like the nicest people. You have 2 athletes together. One is MMA and the other is football. She's MMA. And Corbin Bleu from High School Musical is dancing with Kat Cora, the Iron
Oh,
Chef.
I know Kat. Well, if it's food, I know Kat Cora, of course. Yes.
Right. So she's fantastic. She's 52, 53, and she's looking as good as Baby did when she was there dancing.
Overcame some scandals. God bless her. Yes.
We are all in. We are all like, our eyes are popping out of our heads. We care about these people, and yeah. So that's something that has us drawn into the TV after a long day of not getting what you want or finding flaws in things, not having a toilet that works that you
It's
desperately
a little
need.
bit, in addition to the physical stamina required to be on in all of those places, you also have the mental stress of being in it. And then there is something called decision fatigue, where you are, sometimes you think about this in the shopping area, right?
Yeah,
when you have
always.
to make all decision fatigue.
That's
where
when
you
I
have
leave
to,
a cart. I leave a cart in the middle of the store and I walk out.
I am fucking done. I don't care.
I hit a wall.
Yeah,
Stuart's like,
I
you
am
hit a wall.
abandoning the toilet paper that I came in here to get. Okay, that's how bad it is. I'm gonna leave my nethers unwiped because this is too much for my brain.
Is that really a thing? I'm
yes,
asking.
decision fatigue, 1,000%. Yes.
So it's happened to me a lot recently, to the point where I have techniques now. I know it's coming. Like, I feel the jacket I'm wearing, my temperature's rising. I don't fucking know has
Sounds
been the
like a
answer.
song in Greece. Yeah.
Temperature's rising. Different song. I feel it coming on, and before it's always when I'm wearing a jacket in a store, like, and a mask and or whatever. As I feel it, I say, that's it, I'm done. And I take what I have now and I check out, as opposed to what I've done in the past is just desert the fucking cart,
drop
walk
it
out
on the
and
floor
leave.
like it's hot. Come on, Snoop. Yep. Yep. Decision fatigue. It's frequently mentioned as one of the, causal variables in gender bias, where you're in a couple and typically the male doesn't take on as much stress because they're unaware of the hidden decision fatigue that goes on with being
everything
the female, because you're simultaneously managing all the circumstances of domestic life and prepping and planning for all the potential situations of domestic life and reacting to the ones that weren't planned for. So it's just 1, 2, 3, all those things, and having to go through a day of work and then figure out what's for dinner, and do we have the things in the pantry, and did we buy it, and how can we buy it? Should I go buy it? Should I delegate getting this bought? Can I stand there? Is it better? Will the kids eat it? Do I have kids? What do I do? Am I
if
a
I
person?
ordered
blah, 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 blah,
Instacart,
blah, blah, blah,
when would it come? And the timing with that.
Yes, no, yes, no, yes, 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 no, maybe, go.
It's just a thing, huh?
Mm-hmm,
it's not just
Decision
Melissa.
fatigue.
Stuart was we just have one kid home now, so he was going to go and ask her something, and I stopped him and I said, do me a favor, play this out in your head before you go and do that. Keep in mind, she was out last night, she did not sleep but an hour, and she is home now doing work for school. I know you think you're being cute, warm, and funny. Play it out with me. Go ahead, I'll be her. Would you like to go fuck yourself? How is, like, but you could really predict this is going to happen if you went 2 steps ahead in your head. He's like, no, I'm just going to be. I'm like, you're just going to be really sad when you come back downstairs and tell me I was right later. I don't want to be right. I want everything to just be okay.
Yes, I want to prevent this heartache.
And I think it's very
loved
different
ones.
parenting we have. He's like, let him rollerblade. I'm like, wrap him in bubble wrap. Like, I never wanted the kids to get injured. And he always thought, well, if they get injured, I'll fix it.
Right. Absolutely.
So,
he's
totally
got a toolkit.
Different, yeah, he's totally different mindset than I do. And that translates past parenting into, okay, we're in this situation with building a house. Okay, well, let's get ahead of it and make sure your expectations are known everywhere. As it's just constant decisions. And I did it in Target. I need sheets and I need towels. So I walked in.
Are these the right sheets? Should you get all this? What's the strategy that I'm going to use?
I don't
for
even
the
understand
sheets?
what this is made out of. There are 4 vowels that are like eco. The 4
All right,
vowels.
we're gonna put a pin in the conversation and come back because I want to actually do a dog leg over to sheets. Did you buy all the sheets?
I bought some sheets.
You know what I discovered for a friend with a beach house that she did, which I thought, why do we not all fucking do this? This is so smart.
Go ahead.
Because you have similar size beds in different rooms. One option is buy all the sheets the same color, buy all the towels the same color, so you can mix and match everything. Buy all the socks the same color and the same size, so you never have to match anything. That's all I thought there was.
My husband and son.
That's all I thought there was. I thought there was no other option. Her option was she had all sorts of different, processes, and she's a big strategy gal. She bought a different brand for each room.
She must be exhausted. Is she exhausted?
So she has, I'm not going to mention the brands because they're all snooty brands, but she brought, for example, this entire room is this one brand, right? Because they're all the same color, but for her it was important that they actually stay on the same bed.
Oh my God, are they all
whatever.
white? That's what my friend keeps telling me. Just get white. You can bleach them.
They're all white, but then her look is blue and white. It's actually gorgeous. So she got Peacock Alley for this one guest bedroom, and then the other one was all West Elm, and then the other one was, I don't remember what, because I was only in the one room, and I had Peacock Alley, and that stuff's really nice. But anyway, it was just really smart that there's simple things like this. When I first moved into this house, it was time. We're getting new towels. I had this brainwave. Let's get different towels for each kid. Fuck them. Now we've come full circle to they ruined those towels, and now we're all the same color. And whoever has a functioning towel wins. And that's
right.
It. All the towels are the same color in every fucking room.
Look, Mommy, I could poke out of my hole in my towel that's falling apart.
And I don't have to keep saying stop using the guest towels. They're clean and folded, so I don't ever have to clean or fold them again until someone comes here. Stop stealing them. Just go wash your own towels, you crusty weirdo.
Boys.
They're gross. But okay, so coming all the way back to Target, decision fatigue.
Yeah,
towels, what am I going to buy?
I did, however, find, you remember that story that I told you about how my mother, when we moved into this house, bought us an enormous cock? She said a rooster is really good luck. And Stuart's like, this is the one thing you thought our house was missing, an enormous cock. He's like, thanks, Ma.
Gross. So gross.
I
For
did
both of them. Both of them fail in this conversation.
Yes. And I lose in the end anyway.
You stand there thinking, life choices. What have I done?
I'm related to these two humans. That's great.
Yeah,
I feel so good.
No good.
I found a rooster, a whitewashed rooster.
Oh,
holding us. It was so cute. Holding a sign that says like kitchen is open or something cute like that. And I said,
a cock. Yeah.
Well, I could change whatever that sign says anytime I want.
Oh, it's a chalk sign?
No, but it will be.
Okay. Oh, nice.
It will be. So yeah, like Beautiful. My cock is really. So I did purchase at Home Goods a very cute small.
I wish I could go into those places. They seem like they're so fun, but they also give me hives. So I guess I hate it and don't hate it.
Well,
so
is
much.
that decision fatigue? Is that what that is? Because all of those places,
for me, it's more a matter of everybody knows I used to do advertising for that whole corporation. So I sort of, I don't bank at Wells Fargo. Like I don't like all the people that you've had to do work for. You're kind of like, ugh. So anything TJX Corp, I'm like, pass. But for me, prior to even working for them, it was about I found the perfect plate, and they have 3 of them and 2 that are broken. And I'm like, what good are you? What good are you? If I want to buy it, I want to buy it. I don't. And
I want the whole set, and I want spares because I
don't want to go to 6 flea markets or 17 other versions of your store to try and cobble together this half price whatever when I could just go buy something in a box that works.
That's complete.
So, yeah. So
that's the Ray Dunn mentality. You know the Ray Dunn mentality?
Because of you, I do. Yes.
Yeah. So they are like, I'm going to scavenge. I'll wait till they open. When the door opens, I'm going to race in because I know a truck came on Tuesdays and Thursdays and they've got mugs and they've got blah, blah. Guys, calm the fuck down. Even though I go on Mercari, that site of, to look for the ones that say brilliant on them. Like, let those crazies do the work.
That's worth a challenge. That's not because it says tea.
No.
It's like, can't you fucking, how many cups say tea on them? Or how about it's a mug? I wonder what's in there. Do you have to label it? Like all of the things.
Mug. You can Ugh. I want.
Get a Sharpie. Yeah.
I want plain white dishes. I want plain everything. I'm probably going to go to Bed Bath and Your Mom and get like their brand, maybe even just basic so that I can come back and replace if I need to. And then I do want to bring some of the brilliant mugs down there and have morning coffee from a mug that has my name on it.
Well, again, I'm from a high-low shopper. I absolutely adore Crate CB2, Crate and Barrel 2, all the places, Sur la Table, all the things. And cooks this. I go to all these fancy, schwanky places, and I really, really, really love that stuff. Our set in here is West Elm. I absolutely adore it. Check out Walmart. I'm not kidding you.
I don't shop there. They ban books and they sell ammunition.
Okay,
like,
then check out Target. I would tell you to check out
Target.
I would tell you to check out Walmart because they're knockoffs, and it's not even proper to call it a knockoff. Their licensing deals with real people will surprise you.
Yeah, I'm always
surprised.
To the
point where if you're getting, I can't believe this isn't disposable kind of plates for your beach house for ease and whatever else, you will be thrilled with the options that they have there. Oh, and do you have anything like At Home? That's where you need to go. Sorry, go to At Home. It's equivalent to, I think up north, I'm trying to remember because we don't have them down here. Value City. It's a. You guys have Value City for furniture?
Delaware, I think, had a Value City.
At Home used to be called Garden Ridge. It's a giant home goods store.
Love
and
it.
It's got everything that you actually have to just fly down here, and we're going to go to At Home, and we're going to ship everything back, and you're going to lose your mind because they have absolutely everything you could ever possibly want, and the prices are, what the hell? Designers shop in here.
Yeah.
And then take it to their boutique, change the label, and charge 5 times the price. Like, it's that kind of a place. It's
wow.
Like a weird,
all right, I'll be right there.
It's definitely good.
I don't like shopping at all. I really hate shopping when I have things I must get. Like when you desperately need a dress for a wedding.
That's
I fucking hate shopping. But if you happen by on a Thursday when the truck came at Home Goods and you find treasures, that I love. But because of COVID, I haven't really left the house to do like a Thursday stroll around blah, blah, blah in years. And I'm not getting back in it like that because right now my daughter needs a prom dress. I need to fit out an entire house. Like there's just so much that needs to get done. I'm checking out and saying, dear Amazon, I don't want to give you all of this money, but I just got 7 lighting fixtures from you that were delivered down the beach, and most of them are already installed and look fantastic. So
well, there you have it.
I like the sit at home and shop because I can walk away. You can't walk away when you're in the fucking store and you're heated up and you're now you have a fever from standing there and people walking by and you have AirPods in to try to calm you down.
I'm going to go to At Home. We're going to do a virtual shopping date, and I'm going to go to At Home with my phone, and I'm going to be that fucking person, and they can all suck a giant cock.
And
I'm going to walk around, and I'm going to say, I've gathered my cart, and I've done your secret shop. So here they are, and I'll go to one of the aisles that they're flipping for the next season, and I'll stage it, and I'll put it up on the shelf. I do this actually a lot when I'm propping for photo shoots.
Yeah.
I'll go to the furniture section and just clear off one of their kitchen tables that they're selling and use that as my staging area and take pictures of shit and send it. But we can absolutely do that because we have things like shipping, and we also have things like automobiles.
Automobile. And while you're doing that, I will go to Philadelphia Pretzel Company.
Oh my God.
And I will send you an enormous box of pretzels.
Or we could meet in the middle. You can just buy them. I can buy them. And
we could go to Kellerman's in the middle.
Deal. Yes, we'll do a drug deal.
At Kellerman's, and we could stay there. I love that idea.
I'm super down with this. Okay, it's all sorted.
I've been involved in a group text situation.
What?
You have tons of group texts, right?
Yes.
And sometimes that's how you wind up texting the wrong person by accident. And
all the time. Mm-hmm.
Can I make a request? We don't need every fucking human on a group text to heart it or thumbs up it or like. If you're going to comment, bully for you. Go ahead and comment. But if you're going to give a fucking thumbs up or a heart because you need somehow your voice, thumb, or heart heard, I want to punch you in the fucking face. Things that Melissa can't fucking stand. Stop it with your thumbs up and your heart. 10 people are on that goddamn fucking thread. They all do not need to check their pants every time you need a thumbs up or a heart. I am so sick. I almost pulled myself.
I don't understand why some of them don't even work. Sometimes
it
you
repeats
get the
it.
Bing, 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 bing. And then sometimes the phone will say, in case you missed it, I'm going to recopy this whole thing, send it to you as a proper text to let you know that Sally Joe McGillicuddy gave you a thumbs up. or wrote
hate it.
exclamation point.
I hate it. Oh, that's even worse. It's like, yeah. So you know what?
Like, what does that even mean? Exclamation point.
Right.
Like, why did I have to be?
I can't take it. It's the worst. And I think you're in on one of them too. Like, just stop. Just stop. Just stop.
Oh, it happens all day long. It happens all day long. And my favorite, I've got one that's worse for you.
Do it.
When the group text involves acknowledging consent to something that's happening, and we don't all need to know that you got it, yup, in, me, I'll do it, also, I agree, have you seen, one more time, and then you've lost if you come into the thing with 14 yeses. Now you got to scroll back 6 pages to figure out what we're all yesing, and guess what? It goes to the email I sent you last week that I already handled, so what the fuck are you doing in my text? It's okay. It's okay. Decision
It's
fatigue.
almost like the etiquette class that we all just understand did not go through. There are people who did not. There should be a certification process before you're allowed to engage in a group text. There's etiquette, and dear friends and dear lovers and dear listeners, you fucking failed. I want to show you my shirt I'm wearing today.
Oh, punch today in the dick. I agree. It's actually beautifully scripted. Very well done.
I know you like my shirt sometimes, so I thought I would share.
All the time.
Do you know that we talked about Disney adults in the past. We don't understand them. My girlfriend's actually turning 50, and she doesn't want to travel too far for her 50th in March, so they're going to Disney. And I looked at her like she was fucking crazy. And she said,
come on.
Well, I was there when they opened 50 years ago, and I'm there now. And I'm like, oh, I get the she's wearing like a Winnie the Pooh outfit. And
that's like nice symmetry, maybe? Okay.
Right. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what to say. I love you. I love the fact that you're going to get away for your 50th in spite of the fact that it's Florida. But Disney, okay, great. Disney has now built retirement communities for adults.
No, they did not.
They did.
No, they did not. Why?
Okay, so you're with me. So you
what
share
possible creepy method? Is it because you want the old timers to stay somewhere warm that will lure their grandchildren to visit?
Oh, you're asking the ideology
from a business standpoint.
Yeah.
I don't get it. They're the wrong market. Like, so I'm wondering how does this work if they're just trying to squeeze those last drops of generational wealth out of the adults so that they can be the hook for the children to come down, and then some. I mean, I don't understand. That's got to. What's the point? There's not a whole bunch of septuagenarians wandering around going, I got to get my Mickey Fudge on, because I mean that's not how this works. Do you know what I mean?
I want that ice cream cone that looks like Mickey Mouse.
Let's get the fast pass for the scooter lane. Like, it's not. Aww. What are you doing here, guys? You're not riding the rides. You're not eating the food.
So we get the kids that are interested, and we don't really understand the adults. I just don't. But the senior citizens that want to retire, do you want dinner at Epcot weekly? Like, what is the draw? Tell me what is the draw.
It makes my heart so sad.
For them, it does.
Oh, God. Park food forever. No.
Well, who could afford park food?
I don't know.
That's like it's like a $17 side salad. And then you look at me and say, who the fuck's getting a salad?
Iceberg. Yeah, no.
Yes,
no.
a piece, not even the full, right. So gross.
Shredded carrot from last month. No, pass. No, thank you. Gross.
The Olympics ended.
It's true. Paving the way for a war in Ukraine.
Paving away. Once
the only thing we're waiting on.
Yep. And away we go. I want to ask you what your favorite story was from the Olympics.
Oh, I'm going to disappoint you. I have zero favorite story because I am that disengaged, but I will tell you my favorite, what the fuck is that from the Olympics, are those goofy-ass panda coolers that they held instead of getting medals. What was that? Why did they make them hold, like, something from Spencer's with a little laurel around it? Like, what was that supposed to be? Is that like a ceramic thing? You know what I'm talking about.
I don't. Eventually, they did get their medals, but I think that might have been a placeholder instead of putting something.
They had them hold these, like, Betty Boop-looking plastic cookie jar
China,
container-shaped. Yeah, but wow, what?
I don't know.
Can we not just maybe do some flowers?
Okay, story.
It looked weird.
Story number one.
Got it.
Panda. The
wrong.
panda substitute.
And you're China. Pro tip, you can fucking make stuff. Why don't you make a fake medal, man? I mean, that's your whole deal.
That's what you do.
It's an opportunity missed.
Everything's made there, isn't it? Story number 2.
Yes.
The Russian figure skater.
Oh, that's right.
Doping story.
Yeah, taking her air quotes grandfather's heart medication by accident. Because I frequently, as an Olympic athlete, mistake my daily medication protocol
for this
with my grandfather's
octogenarian
here.
Right.
Yeah, that's typically what happens for me. Yeah.
Okay. And
I did not see, but I want to know if you saw. I heard that Tara Lipinski and Bingo Friend Frang was there, and when this woman
Johnny Weir,
that's them. When the woman went out to skate, they said nothing. They gave her the ultimate shade, and they refused to comment as she skated.
Right. And then afterwards, they're like, I don't understand. Last time for these exact same competition, there was a young black girl who had taken, she was not the same competition, she was a runner, I think, who had legal marijuana in her system, and she admitted it, but it was...
She smoked weed because a member of her immediate family died. I want to say her mother died.
It was her mother.
And she smoked weed and then ran the competition and won, which, P.S., we don't enhance your performance, friends.
Right. We make you tired and hungry.
Snoop is not out there on the track.
When is the last time you saw Snoop break a sweat doing something athletic? All right, maybe the halftime show, but still.
Super unfair.
But she was disqualified. She was not allowed to run. That was it. She was done. And this little white Russian girl gets to compete. Oh, but we won't give her a medal if she finishes, or you know what?
She fell the fuck down anyway.
She did. And they didn't talk to her after she fell down. Yeah.
I'm sad for her circumstances. I guarantee you that young woman is an extraordinary athlete.
No doubt.
I guarantee you that the majority of the processes that exist around her are not up to her. I guarantee you she is following some kind of strategy that someone else has put into place.
Absolutely.
So that kind of sucks for you, Sugar, that you had to fall down and don't have no friends, and also didn't get your medal, and gave up your whole life to get here and have no friends and no medal, and they wouldn't even talk about you except to say, So that's super sad for you. I hate that for you. That's sorry.
That's story number 2. And story number 3.
Yeah. There's another one. Go.
Yeah. So cross-country skiing is a thing.
Yeah, I know about that.
It's a thing.
You got to get from this place to the other place.
Across the country.
There's snow there.
It's not as much downhill as it is, over the river and through the woods. So the Finnish cross-country skier.
Yes.
His dick froze.
No. You can't make that shit up.
I didn't make that shit up.
That's not right. I didn't even say the right thing. That's not that you made that shit up. That's not right.
I did not make that.
He's
shit
from
up.
Finland. It's already cold there. He's used to protect the dangle, man. What the hell?
You would think, and here's the kicker. It's not the first time this has happened to him. Winter Olympics. Finnish cross-country skier suffers frozen penis in 50-kilometer race. By the way, it was so fucking cold. They dropped 20. And it was a 30-kilometer race. Remy needs a heat pack after finishing 28th. When he started to warm up, he said the pain was unbearable. And it is not the first time this has happened to him. It is the second time he had a frozen penis. If this has happened to you before, I think you're done. I think you're done. Unless that's not an organ that you use on the regular.
So he didn't whip it out or nothing. This is just him trying to do his sport.
It was so
live
cold.
Your life.
He had
trying to get from one side of the hill to the other side, and you're not wearing the proper pants and stuff.
Yes,
Come
with the
on.
poles and the sticks and the skis.
They have coats that go down longer than that. They got some underpants.
I think that would slow you down. He was wearing magical underpants. He might be a Mormon. I don't know. He was wearing under and then that super thin, moisture wicking. They wear very light clothes, But if you know you're prone to frozen penis, man.
I gotta say, I think that the once frozen dick is a lesson learned.
It was not. What is that?
I
Fool
don't think
me
I'm
once?
going, yeah, I feel like I got you now. We're going to get a special mitten cut. Something.
Yes.
I mean, come on. Or maybe, you maybe don't have to give up the sport, but clearly you got an issue. Like
Glove
if your
it,
nose
man. Glove
froze
it.
off, that can't be right.
There has to be a balaclava for your member.
Listen, he finished what, in the 20s?
28th, yeah.
Oh, brother.
High 20s.
That's
Sorry,
not,
buddy.
That's not a good position.
So,
and now
Panda.
you got your dicks frozen off.
Panda.
How does it work? Does it
Russian
still good when it
skier,
falls out?
Russian
Yeah.
skater or frozen penis?
I like fresh, never frozen. Typically, I'm not interested. If something happens in the deep freeze, it doesn't work the same way. It's
Fish
not
sticks.
as good. It's never as good. Yeah.
Fish sticks
Wild
with
caught.
tomato sauce.
That's what you need. That's it. Nope. None of that farm raised, finished, frozen dick. It's no good.
Farm raised.
It's no good.
I like wild catch penis.
That's it, man. That's it. Free range.
Wild caught. And if
Free
they're wearing
range,
those
all natural, chemical free, open air dick.
open air wearing Carhartt suspenders.
Right, man. Right. Why you gotta dip it in water and then go outside and say, I wonder if it's gonna be -2 degrees out here.
Stuart said he was probably sweating, and the sweat and the freezing temperature is probably froze his dick.
Okay, Dr. Dick. I feel like you put too much thought into he was probably, let me envision what was happening in the penis.
But
of
don't
this
envision
skier.
But don't envision one step ahead when you go to talk to your daughter after she hasn't slept for 2 days. Don't go that far, but medically take that next step all the time. So medically,
that's a tough story.
medically, you've been to a doctor recently, right?
Yes, but not for a frozen dick.
No.
I'm trying to do what you call reestablish care. So we made a shift. We made a shift in our health plan. And the shift involved, it was from one plan to another in Blue Cross Blue Shield. You shouldn't have made any change, but I ended up at my regular person to schedule a colonoscopy. Hey-oh! Come to find out, he's not even my doctor anymore. So I'm already here thinking, I don't want to fucking be here. And now I can't even see you. God damn it. So I switched over to somebody else, finally got in with somebody. It takes a billion years.
It does.
Walk in there.
Are you considered a new patient at this point?
Yes, and they gave me, so I don't even have, to be clear, I haven't even met with my new doctor yet. I was able to call over there and cry my sob story and say, I really need this test. Can't we start it? And they got me in with a nurse practitioner right away to establish care. Walk in, sit down, and it's like cute. You know how you go in these it's like different store. You wonder, why is it, okay, how are they going to do it over here? Wait, it's interesting. That's not bad. You got some actual art in here. Okay, sit down. I sit down thinking about somebody's going to come walking in here in a minute. And then I hear this, well, I'm having some stress-sensitive diarrhea. I'm like, you doing what?
Where did that come from?
And also, my nipples are so tender. Do you think that could be related? And now I'm interested. So I come to find out the walls is pretty fucking thin in New Doctor Town. I could hear every fucking thing they were saying in the next room. And she was talking about all kind of itches and
well,
weird.
That's the kind of doctor you're going to. You're going to hear.
Like, she's supposed to be just a general person. Oh my God.
Nipples and shitter. Well, that's every
right
end.
When she got into it and the doctor says, well, I think this could be a sign of hi, Amy. Nice to see you. And I'm like, fuck. We came in right at the climax.
Did you say you're going to have to be quiet? I'm
no,
listening
and then
to
I started up and I'm like, I'm here for a colonoscopy. Like, it's just, you sort of forget. I already knew that I had been out in the cold with my sensitive dick. And then I went right back out in the cold.
Right back out there.
Like I couldn't learn.
Only finished 28th.
So in any event, I found that really weird and kind of crazy that you have to sign your fucking life away for HIPAA. And meanwhile, all you got to do is perk your ears up when you're waiting there to get your blood pressure checked, which is fine, by the way. It's unbelievable to me how much I could hear and how loud I talk knowing this.
Is it a new practice? Did they just build it? Did they build it in a
not in the
paper
slightest.
factory?
I've never been in a place where I felt so aware and had so much access to my neighbor. Like I don't know if it was a quirk of the ductwork where I was sitting and that
That's
person
crazy.
was talking. Like I haven't been there enough to investigate, but I'll get to the bottom of it when I go back. The other thing I noticed is when I pulled up, very large, it had the doctor's last name at the top for the medical practice. And then on the door, it had something med spa. And I'm like, is she sharing a space with a med spa? I thought she was just a GP. She does a fucking med spa in there.
She does both.
So now I'm going to be able to get all of the beauty
Treatments.
shots, whatever you get. Oh, that's what they're called, treatments. Yeah, I'm going to get all the
yeah,
treatments.
procedures, treatments.
I need to get all my stuff nipped and tucked and pulled and stretched and slapped and all the things.
Speaking
All
of
of it.
nipped and tucked and pulled and stretched, have you seen what Madonna looks like right now?
Is she like a weird vampire now? I think I saw her face and I was like, that's not her. And I thought it was bad lighting.
She's like 62, and I thought it was her daughter. She has had so much work done. I am going to put a pin in this as you get your phone and go to her Instagram.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It is completely worth it. I will cut out whatever I need to, but to see her face, she looks younger than she did when...
who even watches Madonna on Instagram, by the way?
Well, I saw it on TikTok. They said, do you know who this is? And I'm like, well, that looks like Madonna's daughter, Lourdes.
She's still got her old picture of herself up there with her face where she looks like she's 2 years old. Oh, that's just that's a Instagram filter.
Scroll.
That's not a real face.
Scroll.
That's not her. That looks like Kim Kardashian taking a shit. Why is she taking a picture of herself on a toilet?
That's her. Keep scrolling. Look.
She says, I'm getting my shit together finally. And she took a picture of herself on a toilet and put it on Instagram.
But that's
and
Madonna.
I'm looking at it. And I'm looking at
But
it.
keep going. Keep scrolling. Look at her face. Her face is so... She had a nose job. She doesn't have that little notch in her nostril anymore. Her entire face was pulled back so tight that she looks 20. She looks 23. She
got some old lady boobs,
Hey,
though, because when you
Siri.
scroll down, you get to see them
How
all
old is
squashed
Madonna?
together.
63. Does that look like a fucking 63-year-old to you?
She looks crazy.
Well, let's
she
be
looks
honest.
crazy.
She is crazy, but that's what we loved about her, that she
I
was
don't think
crazy.
she
But
looks
now she's
attractive.
63.
No, those are somebody actually. These are filters because her eyes don't look like that.
But go
and
back
it looks
to
like somebody broke her
December.
cheekbones and like widened them, and her lips are all wrong and the nose is all wrong.
Well,
These are
there's-
filters.
These are not filters. And even if it is a filter, what are they filtering? She does not have a single wrinkle. She does not know your thin-walled doctor.
She's got wrinkles in her armpits and on her tit boobs because I don't know what a tit boob is.
Yes.
She's standing here straightening her hair and she's got this face on her that looks like it's been heavily manufactured. And then you look
Yes.
over to the breast where it connects to the armpit and there's like the triple wrinkle in the armpit. You know the kind that I have on my face? She's got them in her armpits. Right.
So here's my question. You're going all out. She had an incredible doctor. Look at her face. You
I
could
don't think
bounce
that's
a
an
fucking
incredible
quarter on her
doctor.
face.
Yeah, you could do that on like a plastic counter. Like I just don't feel like I'm not into that at all. I
You're
find
not
that
into
weird
what?
and strange.
Looking like that or having her look like that? What are you not into?
I find her unrecognizable.
Correct.
And I am not into that.
I couldn't look away.
Absolutely welcome and highly endorse anyone taking any step they feel positive about that makes them happy in their life. I'm absolutely for it in terms of plastic and augmentation, all the rest of it. This is your life. This is your deal. Express yourself. Go for it. I get
To
really
quote
nervous.
Madonna.
Well, I get really nervous when little kids are doing, permanent piercings and crazy tattoos and all these kinds of things. I hate because I just feel like it's so hard to undo that kind of stuff. Or anything. If you want to do it and it's going to make you feel better about yourself, fucking go. I agree. But that sort of a shit is, I would like to look like a completely different person. Like
See
that's
this
not,
plastic Barbie doll.
yeah, that's not, I want, I don't know. That starts to feel a little bit like, it's an overstatement to say it feels like psychosis, but it kind of
Oh, it's
does.
totally psychosis. I feel like she spent 2 years watching Taylor Swift get all of that Jake Gyllenhaal press and just be pulled together and think, that used to be me.
I've got to stop you right there. I don't know a fuck thing about Madonna, and I am here to say if she is studying Taylor Swift and being jealous of what's going on with Taylor Swift, I no longer am friends with Madonna. I don't understand.
No, I mean being relevant, being talked about. When's the last time you talked about Madonna before I told you to check her Instagram and see
I
the
agree.
plastic
And when
face
she got
has?
divorced, but that's the thing. It's like she will never not be relevant. She is such an icon. So if this is...
Agree, but you said psychosis. Does she think she'll always be relevant? She's seeing the world go on without her putting out a picture, putting out music, putting out anything, and she misses everybody talking about her. That's the psychosis I feel that drew her to. Wait, should I start with the disclaimer of with no evidence whatsoever? I know this completely to be true.
Welcome. It works.
Absolutely.
I told you when you know and you're convicted in your heart and you fucking know it because it was given to you through divine whatever.
Divine.
You know.
I know.
Fucking know.
I know for sure. She did
it.
all of this complete transformation, or she has that little time traveler thing that Harry Potter had, or actually Hermione Granger had.
Right, the spinner thing, the necklace with the two, whatever.
Yep.
We know about these things. But I'm just trying to tell you, Cyndi Lauper, who came up at the same time,
Go ahead.
looks like a kooky, mature, relevant, gorgeous version of Cyndi Lauper. When you look at her.
That's not the road that Madonna took.
But
she
but
said,
Cyndi,
I want to be
Cyndi
the Taylor
has been
Swift.
A Broadway producer and, continues writing and performing.
Start with wrestling. Go back to wrestling, ho. She was my favorite back then.
All of it. I don't know. Do you think it could just be that Madge, is it Madge or Midge, is fixated on the evolution of her performance? Is it really more a factor of this is where my interests are taking me now, in the same sense that Lady Gaga is never not performing? Her whole life is art. Her whole life is performance to her. Everything that she's doing is as an act, a creative expression as an act, right? It's not an act of service. It's not a performance for someone else to do something about. This is her creation, and her entire self is her creation. And she'll frequently say this and go into this, that people are looking at her anyway, and that changes you when people are continuously, it's a psychological construct, right? When you know you're being observed, you behave differently.
Correct.
And she is always being observed. So she has decided to flip that on its head, and consciously play with the idea of, if you're watching, this is what you're going to be watching today because I control it.
I feel like I don't know. She became less relevant, and that made her fucking crazy. And she called her doctor and said, make me what I was, because when I was relevant, as opposed to getting back into a studio and making more music and doing, she is, like you said, the art right now. Her body is
and she made some music and it just kind of sat there. So, I mean, the most recent in the past 10 years, has not had the runaway success of her earlier career for Madonna.
So Elton John did during COVID. He went out and he partnered with Dua Lipa. He partnered with everybody to put out
Doja Cat, I think.
Yeah, an incredible album. Totally interesting, totally relevant. She could have done that with their songs or hers. She could put out another of her. She could tour. Elton John was touring.
There's a path for her.
But she's not taking that path. She's choosing to use herself as the canvas. I don't know what she's working on in a studio.
She's working on looking like Kim Kardashian. I mean, that's what she's working on.
And I feel like between Kim and Taylor together, she's like, well, I could be better than that. I'm the best at everything, which honestly, she might be, but she's not doing everything anymore. Now she let a doctor Frankenstein her into being confused with her daughter. So I was really disturbed by it, and I couldn't look away at the same time. I kept scrolling like, okay, this is December. Here we are in February. I'm going back. January, December. When did she have the surgery? And I'm going back, and I'm going back. And then I was like, I'm done. I can't.
It's not a surgery either. That takes multiple stair steps to get where you look that way.
Right,
sure.
Because at least one of them is peel your face down and re-staple it back up wherever. And if your hair that's how they do a facelift. I mean, that's,
oh my God,
they
no.
literally take your eyebrows and put them up by your hairline. And
No,
cut
no.
here and pull
stop
this
the
back.
cutting and stop showing me where they're going to cut. Stop it.
Yeah,
Oh my
good stuff.
God.
Good stuff.
I just want some sunburn damage from my décolleté to be tightened up a little bit. Because look, if you pull it some, then it's magic and smooth.
I look
Surely-
good. If
Surely
you pull,
somebody can pull
if
it.
you pull everything back to the Madonna height,
I'm
look
ready
good.
for my close-up, Mr. DeMille.
I'm ready for my close-up. I don't ever want a close-up.
Yeah, no.
Somebody told me I look.
Yeah.
Somebody told me I look cute yesterday.
See? That's nice.
I'm
I
gonna
believe it.
feed off of that for like I don't know, at least a year. That's a year right
I'm
there.
going to have business cards made. So if ever it's in doubt, I'll just hand you my card. I look cute.
Our friend Annie brags that she gets carded still.
Mm-hmm. She does.
I don't need to get
She
carded.
does.
I just need to be told by random stranger that I look good today. Like it was really nice. It was nice. I liked it. I'll take it. Other people would be offended. Not me.
Who would ever be offended by that?
Why are you objectifying me? No. Objectify the fuck out of me, which might be our podcast title. Objectify the fuck
out of me. Nice.
Or our next t-shirt.
Perfect. Fuck the community. We're here for you.
Fuck the community. Objectify the fuck out of me. Fuck has to be in every shirt except for this one.
Punch today in the dick.
That's it. That was my goal, to wake up and just punch today in the frozen penis.
That poor man.
If it's really frozen, which I do believe it was, couldn't it just chip off?
Oh my God.
Don't fingers chip off when they are frozen?
How stupid do you have to be
To do it again.
to freeze your dick off twice?
Right. You can't say it for the first time. You didn't know.
Finland. Come on. And here's another pro tip. There's cars. You don't have to do this. You can get a car and drive there. Like, it's the whole thing. Come on.
Also,
it's not necessary.
You're from Finland. I'm pretty sure it gets pretty fucking cold there. And you've done this.
you.
This isn't your first rodeo. You're at the Olympics.
I swear to you. I swear. I feel like this is for the attention. Maybe he has psychosis. Maybe there's some sort of like deep vein dick freeze psychosis.
Dark and veiny.
Ooh.
Remember
Meaty.
my
Yes.
tile was
Yes.
dark and veiny. So it's the hot guy who sold me the tile. Dear listener, we want to hear from you. Do you ever get decision fatigue? Do you ever get that? I assumed I was just standing in a winter coat indoors and that was the end of me. Shopping for clothes. Do you ever have issues like that where you're just like, I have hit a fucking wall. Please, please, please sit down and type it out. Let us know. brilliantobservations@gmail.com. We cannot wait to hear your stories. Go see us on Facebook at Brilliant Observations and Brillobs Squad. You can find us at Listen Brilliant on Instagram and Twitter. Tell us your story of I hit a fucking wall.
Look, if you like this fucking thing and you laughed, tell somebody else about it, like an actual human, and make them play it. That's really all we're after here. I did want to tell you, I was thinking more about decision fatigue because I was like, where did I hear that? Where did I hear that? It was research published by the New York Times talking about judges that were studied and the percentage likelihood that you would be released on parole if your parole hearing was before lunch or after 3:00. And you had something like a 26% higher chance of getting parole if your hearing was in the morning. So if you're getting your hearing at 3:00 on a Friday, you staying in jail. And it has nothing to do with your case. It has to do with decision fatigue because you have made so many decisions by that point in the day.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm fucking done. I don't care. You're out. Fuck you. Sit in the cell. I'll have to pull and get the accurate reporting because these are fucking facts, people, that I'm reporting incorrectly. My favorite kind of facts. So don't go to jail because you're fucked. That's the takeaway.
Don't get caught. And get hand warmers for your penis. If you've learned nothing else from today's podcast, protect your penis.
I feel like that's the number one tip. That's the number one tip.
Protect your penis.
Protect the tip.
Protect it all.
It gets
man.
cold down there. You gotta watch out.
I guess we're lucky our parts are inside.
I don't know, man.
Nobody says, my vulva froze.
I feel like if there was a risk that my nipples were gonna fall off, I would abandon the sport.
Oh, honey,
or
this
buy
wouldn't
a
happen
shirt.
to a woman. What are you
What a
talking
dope.
about?
What a fucking dope. It is more important to me to move my feet in these skis in perilous conditions and risk having my
Negative
member
16.
drop the fuck off
Yes.
than
Crack.
it is for me to risk a millisecond longer and preserve my dick. Come on. That's total disregard for the dick.
You know where you're stretching and you hear like a pop or a crack?
That's dick regard.
That's
Yep. It's not good. It's a
You're
total dick regard.
And then you slowly move to like your regular position. You're like, what was that? Does something hurt? He's just cross country skiing and then off comes his penis.
Fucking Finland. I mean, what do they eat? Fish for breakfast? There's a lot of problems.
Slowly
There's
it
just a lot of
slides
problems.
down inside your spandex and you're like, could somebody catch that if it falls
Is that
out?
an icicle? Yeah, no.
It was.
Wow. So sad for you.
Let us know. We want to hear from you. Has your dick ever cracked off?
Oh,